Hey, you guys, it's MJ from Alta Love. How are you? So, some of you guys remember from last month, I was guided to start a new service on this channel, which is our monthly intuitive readings. And this is obviously going to clump chunks of the collective together, be it the fire signs, the air signs, the water signs, the earth signs. And in this video, we're talking about OPHIUCHUS. Correct me if I literally just was on YouTube listening to somebody pronounce it OPHIUCHUS. I come on like super profesh and then get the spelling wrong. Or not the spelling, you know what I mean.
OPHIUCHUS.
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 So I felt actually really blessed when a couple of you guys from this community reached out to me and said, hey, could you do an intuitive reading for OPHIUCHUS? And I have very little awareness of this sign, although not none, because it has come into my awareness, in fact, in the last eight years or so, since I've had a lot more obvious interest in astrology and the tarot and the occult, you could say. And ultimately, this 13th sign is also an element of the humanity's awakening and this paradigm shift. So without feeding people's egos, my intuition absolutely feels a resonant connection with these beings who are aligned with this 13th horoscope sign. There's obviously a very unique birthplace. And I just checked, and what came through, what was like jumping out at me around OPHIUCHUS is the serpent bearer. And to me, our serpent energy is very much representative of transformation. And we're now living in the times where like the 13th sign, or like the hidden veil, or like the occult, the divine mysteries are now coming to the fore. They're coming out, as it were. Hence why probably more people are talking about this 13th sign, and people are born knowing that they're in this category of sort of being on the outside looking in at the 12 other signs, and or you could say simply being on the outside looking in at this Gregorian 3D reality, which says there's 12 signs and we go around the planet and there's exactly 365 days a year. The measure of time via that, Atlantean fire, the Babylonian draconian projection, right? So we're actually unraveling and outdoing these ancient patterns from within our beingness. And OPHIUCHUSes have actually quite a hand in this transformation. So I'm getting something about a flame. It feels to me like there's a bunch of you in this specific collective that are really beginning to attune to the flame of your truth. And then because of this, and because of your guys's, in my awareness, that you wouldn't be listening to this if this didn't resonate with you. That's my hope anyway. So, and that's the general rule with any tarot, horoscope, even like spiritual healers and stuff. If it doesn't align, you don't need to take it on. And that's really important, because we have to understand that there's like malevolence and benevolence. So people can just as easily feed an aspect of the self, which is an overlay of darkness versus an overlay of lightness. So again, the best thing is to just be in your center and trust and align. But again, without kind of massaging the ego here, there is very much a specific quality to the people who align with this energy stream. And there is a revolutionary sort of energy, but it doesn't have to be extremism. It has more to do with the transformational energy of this sign, and also the way I see it, there's like an inner circle, and then there's the outer circle, which is, it's like the outer circle is moving into the void, but the void is moving into the inner circle. So it's like a one and the same transformational process, but we couldn't do it without the 13th sign. So there's sort of an awakening happening among this collective that is helping you basically to really own your power, and then over this next cycle to step into your power. So it doesn't actually surprise me at all as I'm saying these words aloud that some of you I happen to know that are this sign are undertaking training, are moving into setting up new businesses, offering new services, these sorts of things. And so again, it makes sense as far as this once denied, right? These signs that were once ignored, denied, there's no such thing. They're now coming up going, we're here. We've always been here. We've just been in the background. We've just been kind of cut out from our collective historical program. But now, obviously, like on so many areas of this existence, we're like, we're waking up to these bigger, broader truths and these deeper, more despairing darknesses, right? Like, and that I watched something recently that was saying, it was always there. This is part of the funny old paradox of all of this stuff, all of this work, is that it all the darkness that's being revealed in our world was always operational. We're just becoming aware of it, which is scary in one hand, but at the same time, at least it's now out in the open and the collective can make choices and do something about it. So there's no more kind of cunning, the fine print. That's not cool. We're not going to do that anymore. So that's kind of being stamped out. I'm hearing as well that this group has a large capacity for love, unconditional love, and that your main space holders as well. Like you guys are really good with kind of just holding space for people, and it's important as well to be discerning and responsible with your own energy. This is a weird vision. I'm getting this sort of invisible grid vision, and it's like there's an energy of you being the grid, but then recognizing that we're not forced there to be the grid, that we're an expansive, playful grid, so that once you feel into the grid that you are, you can metamorph. You can shift it, you can change it, i.e., the bridgers, the way showers, the transitions, right? The ones that are kind of transitioning from one way of being to other. This community is one of these bridging type communities. And then if we're bridging things over, then there's going to be people laying new grids down or laying new. I don't want the new grid idea to be like New World Order or some yet again destructive and oppressive grid. It's more like a fluid, a fluidity. There is, I guess you could say, pattern to the degree of a harmonious pattern. Yeah, so again, there's this sense of OPHIUCHUS being the new patterning. And some of you might really resonate with that. Some of you might just go, who the hell does this girl think she is? Right? And that's okay. I hope that was useful to you guys. I look forward to doing these monthly intuitive readings. I offer sessions, one-to-one sessions, coaching packages for those of you who just want a bit of love, guidance, inspiration, and perspective. Often what happens is just by sort of engaging in the field, we often find clarity, we find so a kind of a greater sense of upliftment and purpose when we're working with other, bearing in mind we want to have that resonant feeling connection. If there's no resonance with our psychiatrist, our counselor, our coach, our spiritual healer, our yoga teacher, whatever, if there's no like resonance, then we're not likely to kind of commit and stick to it. So just make sure there's that connection, and then feel free to go to Alta Love coaching packages under booking online and book a session. Intuitive readings are often, it's like, think of it this way, my higher self hanging out with your higher self and like extracting relevant nuggets to that moment. And as you guys know, a lot of you who book sessions, it's because there's like a specific issue or energy or something that you're noodling with or working on, and then other can help to reflect back different insights to you. It's all one, it's all contained in unity and love. Much love and appreciation for you guys. I hope that was useful and a little insightful, and look forward to seeing you next month. Take care, you guys. Bye.